Good evening, everyone. My name is maylikdavis, and once again, you are here at 40 Pieces of Me, and I could not think of any place else I would rather be right now than to be here with you guys. You heard that I'm out of breath. Don't do too much exercise, and then I had to run up the steps because I left the TV on. So I'm back to do another DIY. We did one something similar to this, but a friend girl of mine, she really liked the anthropology mirror that I did a couple of weeks ago for myself, and her mom passed away a couple of months ago, and she's still having a hard time. This is the friend girl that I always say she blessed me with this, or she blessed me with that, or she just anything that's like home decor. If she comes across it, she'll send me a message or call me and tell me on your way back in from work, stop through this, because she stays in the city and I live not so in the city. So she'll always give me things. So today, since we know it's Mother's Day, I won't get it to her today. I won't get it to her until tomorrow after I get off from work. I want to bless her because she's been such a blessing to me. But as you can see, if you looked at the last anthropology mirror, it was more or less flower buds on that one. Well, we're going to try to do something completely different. So I'll go ahead and get all of these removed. We may not use all of those. And as you can see, I'm dwindling down to the flowers that I had. This is what I had suspended over my dining room table. And I really need this ball because I'm going to be doing a baby shower. And I need these balls to create. So I'm going to use some of those off of there. And we're going to get right into it. So, and if you catch a drift of my hair, I washed it. I have my conditioner in. And yeah, getting ready for Monday. So basically, this is an old school mirror. And if you see this on here, what this is I put glue on it a couple of days ago. And it's, so it'll peel off. It's like Elmer's glue, and it's going to peel completely off, and I don't have to worry about damaging the mirror. But you can see this is an old mirror. I got this, me and my girlfriend. We were in High Point, a good friend of mine. We were in High Point, North Carolina, and I said, can we stop by the Goodwill store? So you can see this mirror is really old school. Somebody actually made this to be this way, but we're going to push through with it. Because it's going to turn out to be something nice, I hope. Because, yeah, after dealing with that mirror stand, yeah, life just was not the same. That thing gave me a run for my money. But it's okay. We push through. Like we always say that we will do. If you notice, I've been down in the floor lately. I'm just a little tired and trying to get my energy back. And, yeah. So basically what we're going to do, I'll put a couple of these on, and then I will cut the camera off so we don't use up so much camera time. And I'll cut the camera off and finish, but just want to give you a gist of what we're doing. And this is the top of it, yes. Trying to figure out if I want to do the top or if I want to do the bottom. Maybe we'll do one side. We'll figure that out. I cleaned my glue gun, so hopefully I won't have any problems with that. Because we know this glue gun has been giving me fit. So basically what we're going to do is, and you'll need spray paint also. Basically what we're doing is we're going to glue this down, and we'll spray it. I'm going to use mixed metals. I'm going to spray it silver and then go back and hit it with the gold. Just want to try something different. Yep. So I hope that everyone had a beautiful Mother's Day. Uh, I hope you got a chance to enjoy your family. My son came over, my daughter came over for a while, and we just sat here. They had their little friends or whatever you want to call it. But we sat here for a while and chopped it up, and I act silly with them, and that's about all that I've done today. Um, I know for some, it's Mother's Day is a sensitive time for some who don't have their mothers with them anymore. Um, so my prayers definitely do go out to you. So basically, I'm just going to go through. This definitely won't be a long project because remember, I am not going to just keep you guys while I adhere all of this. I'll step back in from time to time to let you know where we're at with it. So I know it may seem like, okay, this one is not going to work for her, but it's just a vision that I had. Um, so now that I'm gluing, you don't have to make it work. We'll definitely have to make it work. So, and some of this that I've glued, I'll go back and put more glue on it. I'm just trying to get an indication of how I actually want it to um, be on the mirror. And I will tell you this, if you do decide to do this and you do it with the weeds, what you will need to do is when you spray, you'll need to put on a glove because you have to actually go back in and make sure that it's all getting sprayed. So I will advise you of that. And by these pieces being a little thicker, when you glue it down, you're going to have to make sure that you hold it down so that it doesn't come up. And I actually, these were in this big old green thing right here. I had an arrangement in there because the living room was extremely bright. So I had an arrangement in there. And these are all of this greenery and this hay looking stuff. It was in there. So we're going to just have this on one side and a little at the top. And like I said, I keep talking about this baby shower that at first I didn't even know I was doing. But I want you guys to stick by for that shower because I'm actually going to do one for a kids. I'm going to do a kids mirror. So I'm really, and we may end up trimming some of this, or when I spray it, I may put it off to the side so that it doesn't go everywhere. But don't worry, we'll get some control over it before it's all complete. So I'm just going back in and putting glue. Ouch. Yeah, I didn't know that glue was going to come through there. So I burnt myself, but we know how I am with the glue gun. But yeah, I'm going to do an Anthropology mirror and I'm going to use little girl stuff. So I want you guys to make sure that you are around for that one. I'm very excited about that. I've gotten some good ideas just from Googling things, but I'll tell you what, it is some very, very talented people on YouTube. I watched this one lady just getting some ideas from baby showers. And I have to tell you, she was absolutely amazing. And she did everything with so much ease and pores. When I do the video, something that she inspired me to do, I'm definitely going to put her name up because she deserves all of the praise for that because she was very, very good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to Make sure that all of this is adhered very well, and it actually is. And then I'm gonna go ahead and glue some more to it, and then I'll come back. Okay, so as you can see, I am taking the actual flowers off of the foam ball, and I'm going back because we don't just want weeds, and I'm going back and just putting glue on it, just dropping glue down in the weeds, and I'm planting flowers. That's basically just what I'm doing. I'm planting flowers. And because the weeds are so much, we don't want it to be too overbearing. So I think this is all that I'm going to utilize, just so that it doesn't take away from the mirror. Because it's still a mirror, so we want it to be able to be used as a mirror. But we want the weeds to come over in the mirror just to give it some character. So that's what we have here. So I'm just going through. I didn't want you to get lost and be like, wait a minute. So how did that come about? Because you may not have watched the first one. If you didn't, you can go back and see one with just more flower buds. And it's just basically goes along with whatever your style is. But I sort of know her, so I thought like the weeds will just be like a good fit for her. It fits her personality. So I'm going to continue to do that. I think I'm going to try to set up my phone outside as I have done before in the past, just so that you can follow along with the spraying. Because with spraying, you do have to make sure that you use the gloves and that you are actually getting in everything. Because if not, you'll still be able to see hints of the flower. So I'll go ahead and finish this. I'll get it because I'm not going to add too much more. I think I see where I'm going to add a flower or two. And I'll get everything set up outside, and we'll go out there and we will continue to spray. Okay, guys, so I'm outside. As you can see, I actually added a couple of flowers down there just to make it look uniform. I didn't want a lot. So what I am going to do, I'm going to first, of course, I told you I was starting to be partial towards Rust-Oleum. It's only one other one other that I'll use is this, but this particular one, but I'm going to start spraying it silver. Now remember, I told you that you actually have to go in the flowers to make sure that they are actually, everything is being sprayed. So with having the glue on the actual mirror, the mirror is going to be protected. And we can just go back when it's completely dry and just peel the glue off. But just make sure that you get all of that, because later, and you don't have to use up all your silver for that, but later you'll go back and see it where you missed something. Okay, so we already know that you will see me in this one. It's been a weekend of just chill. So, no. I'm just looking real at home regular. Gonna spray this over here last because we know that's gonna take a lot of love. If you don't get all of it with the silver, that's okay. Just make sure, and I hope you guys can hear me. If you don't get all of it with the silver, it's okay. Just make sure when you go back and hit it with the gold that you're actually making sure all of the flowers and the weeds are sprayed. So all of this, you have to go in here and make sure that you have. So I'm going to finish spraying with the silver and trying to get as much covered as possible. And then I'll come back to you guys. Okay, so we are back to the final phase, and just going back spraying. Didn't want all of it to be silver, so I left some silver at the top, but just going back spraying over it. And we'll let this dry, and this way she can actually mix metals if she decides to, like I always speak of. And for days you will see some that has not been fully saturated, so that's why I'm going in trying to make sure. And I have one flower that came off. I am going to leave it there for now, but I'll get the glue gun and glue that back down. So for right now, that is the finished product. We're just going to let it dry so we can peel the glue off of the mirror, and we'll get it cleaned up. I've cleaned it off. I will be honest with you, because I always try to be in doing the glue and the paint just to try to speed up the process. And I figure, I mean, I can tell you what it is. When I paint the glue on, it's almost like I said, with the Elmer's glue, you can actually peel the glue off. Well, when the paint gets on it, it's a little bit, I'm not going to say it'll immediately come off perfect, but it will come off. So I took a razor blade, a straight razor, and I took a straight razor and I just went through and helped myself out a bunch. I actually sent my friend girl that I'm doing it for, I sent her a short video to let her know she better not never let nobody tell her that I don't love her, because I was sitting there with that razor blade. Well, what I am actually doing now, because sometimes we spray paint something and the spray paint is not perfect and just not what you like. So what I am doing now, and I hope my big head doesn't get in the way, try to bring the camera up as close as possible. I have actual foil, the foil leaves, and you can buy it in Hobby Lobbies, where I always buy it from. I'm just using the Mod Podge, and I'm actually just going over it. I'll show you the actual package, but we know I've been trying to be comfortable lately and make sure that I don't work myself too hard. So yeah, I'm being lazy and I'm sitting in the floor. But I'm just going to go over some of the frame, not the entire frame, but just in places, especially where I see little smudges, and I'm going to add the foil leafing, just to give it something different. And I'm using the silver, but I'm going to just hit it. We always know I have to play with things and see where it's going to go. And so I'm just hitting it with the actual foil leafing, going over it. Not in any consistent pattern or anything of that nature. And once I finish, I'm just wiping it off. So I decided to get, this is what the foil leafing is. They'll change sometimes. They'll change sometimes the actual manufacturer, but this is basically what it is, the metal flakes. So just make sure to continue to go back and wet your brush so that it does adhere to it. Any extra that's on the mirror, you can just, when you clean the mirror, I cleaned it once, but I'll go back. And the key to, if it's like the paint is overpowering when you start cleaning the mirror, remember the isotone fingernail polish works miracles for things. So I went over, wiped the entire mirror down with that, and then I started peeling, and what seemed like it was going to attempt to be impossible, that's when I kicked in the razor blade. So I just say, be careful. Not that I have to tell you to be careful. You don't know to be careful with the razor blade. But since I'm doing the project, I always want to make sure that I take care of my love bugs. So I have this gold foil leafing because I have a client who saw a picture at, what is it? She saw a picture. What's everybody's favorite store? It'll come to me in a minute. But she saw a picture there that she wanted, and it was like $600. And I was like, girl, you crazy. And she said, but I want it. And she's retired and she could perfectly well afford it. But I think at least we can let people know that's what I do. I don't share my channel a lot, like I said, in social media. We can let people know cheaper ways to do things. So she took my advice and she went to Home Goods and she purchased a picture that she found. And so I am going to recreate that picture that she found, that she wanted from the store. And the store name will come to me in a minute, because a lot of people do DIYs based off of things that they find in that store. So I don't know why I can't think of it. So once I finish with the actual foil leafing, I am going to just sprinkle just a little, not a lot, of gold glitter, because I want to make it all come together. So every now and then I will wipe my brush off. So this young lady, I know this is a very quick video. Well, I didn't look at the times for the different times that I started, but it should be quicker than what I normally, videos that I normally do. But this lady right here, I've known her for years. We just ran in different circles. And my friend girls, they are football fanatics. I think maybe one or two of us can take it or leave it. But, you know, sometimes you got to do what the rest of the group wants to do. It can't always be about you. So this year they talked me into going to Pittsburgh and Dallas game in Pittsburgh. And we had the best time, I would have to say. And in doing so, it was a different group of ladies. Some of us didn't even know each other. Some of us hadn't seen each other in years. And this is one that I hadn't seen in years. She's actually a relative of my son. But what I want to tell you, this morning I did a video and it was speaking of how some people are in your life just for a season and a reason. This is a lady, I just want to tell y'all, give you an example of sometimes how God sends people that you need. Because now, don't think I'm always spiritual. If somebody gets me wrong, I can get them together real quick. And it's not always in the nicest manner. I always tell people, a person that only has to answer to God, I'll be respectful to you. But if you cross those boundaries, we're going to have a conversation. But she is a protector. And she is always just sowing seeds into my craft. it's nothing for her to call me when I am about to get off from work, or she'll inbox me most of the time and tell me that she has something for me, whether it be 1,000 gems or whether it's glassware. She just always sows a seed into what I'm doing. So sometimes when you have people that are so persistent about seeing you do good, then you have to sow a seed back with them. So she has been absolutely wonderful to me, and I'm excited about this. That's why I pulled out the silver leafing, because I just wanted this to be extra special for her, because she's very, very good to me. So we can't ever take it for granted when someone is always mindful and taking care of you. You have to remember to sow that seed back so that they don't go bankrupt, you don't go bankrupt, and things work out pretty good that way. So what I am going to finish doing, I am going to finish adding the leafing. I'm going to give you an example of how we will do the glitter. And I'm going to finish up and then going to get it all cleaned up, and I'll come back to you. But let me just give you an example of how we're going to do the glitter. I'm only going to open... Oh, sorry about that. I'm only going to open up one hole, a half of a hole, because I don't want a lot of glitter. But just where I did that, just want to sprinkle a little. And that's just basically what we're going to do. Okay, love bugs. I'm just going to use the flash for a minute to let you see the detailing in the gold leafing, the silver leafing, and the glitter. I even took it in some places and added glitter to it. So I definitely wanted you guys to be able to see that. But this is the finished result. And I'm really pleased with the way that it turned out. I added a little extra glitter there just to give it some jazz. But I think it turned out really, really nice. I hope that this is a DIY that you guys enjoy. If it is, I encourage you to please hit the subscribe button. Let someone else know what we're doing here at 40 Pieces of Me. Let them know that this is just not a DIY channel. This is a channel where we are uplifting and motivating each other. Because that's what it's all about, is us taking care of each other at the end of the day. I hope you really enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit the alert button. Make sure that you like this particular project if you truly liked it. As always, I'm expecting you guys to give me your honest feedback. Once again, my name is maylikdavis. These are the 40 Pieces of Me. And I thank you guys so much for stopping through. Have an absolutely beautiful evening. And I love you guys to pieces.